Oh, yes. He'll now persecute who he wants for a full Jesuit takeover. But can Francis achieve a feat that has so far eluded secular powers and inspire decisive action on climate change, which means giant taxes to the Rothschilds? It looks as if he will give it a go. In 2015, the Pope will issue a lengthy message on the subject of the world's 1.2 billion Catholics and give an address to the UN General Assembly and call a summit of the world's main religions to call for the adoption of the UN climate agenda. And the article goes on. Isn't that just special? Isn't that just cutesy-tootsy? I want to take some calls just at the end of this hour, a little bit at the next hour before our guest joins us, from Catholics specifically. What do you think about this? I mean, this is basically endorsing abortion because it will cause starvation of tens of millions a year conservatively. This will shut down development worldwide. It's implying development is bad and that what plants breathe is bad, carbon dioxide that's at a very low level. It's a giant global government, total fraud, the takeover plan by the Green Police. It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare death sentence to the third world. We already see Catholic churches calling for open borders and world government and gun control. So are the Protestant ones. I mean, this is state-run. This is state-run religion. And it's frightening. And it shows the world government agenda is showing its hand as left, right, and center they come out. Oh, boy, the pontiff was endorsed by Mr. Abortion, Obama. Oh, my goodness, he's a rock star. Here's the toll-free number to join us, 800-259-9231. It's only got a little bit of time. I want to hear from Catholics. You think I'm wrong about this? Or, I mean, are you all now going to get rid of your car, your television, and your heat in the winter? Because most of it's from coal power. I wonder if the pontiff is going to go green. Oh, they probably buy a few Volt cars as a knick-knack, as a token. I wonder what the carbon footprint is of Vatican City that's exempt from taxation and wanted to pay its power bill to Italy. Just above the law, do whatever you want. 800-259-9231. Before we go any further, you're supposed to take Oxy powder from InfoWarsLife.com at night, 5 pills, time-release oxygen for the upper and lower intestine. You do about once a month for 6-7 days. I like to take a few during the day and then a few at night. Incredible results. I've lost a ton of weight, flushed out my guts. It's a totally different approach to some of the harsh herbs and things that'll flush you out as well, but in my experience, not as good. It's totally natural. It's only time-released oxygen. It's proprietary. InfoWarsLife.com. You should all not procrastinate and just take my word for it. You've heard the rave reviews, and do this in the new year. Order it. We'll get it out to you this week. And in the new year resolution, it's so easy. You can still eat what you were eating, drink what you were drinking, exercise like you were exercising, and everyone that takes it, it just expands safely, comfortably in the upper and lower intestine, and all that stuff that even fasting won't get out or drinking buckets of water won't get out, it will flush it out. It is dramatic, and 70+% of your immune system's in your gut during this winter season. This, in my view, is an absolute, plus your purchase, it's at the lowest price you can find it anywhere, makes the whole broadcast and everything possible. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. 888-253-3139. Get your X2, your Super Male Vitality, Colloidal Silver, all of it. InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com. Okay, and again, I want to thank you all for your support. We couldn't do any of it. Secret 12, the super vitamin B12 is back in. InfoWarsLife.com. I want to thank you all. We couldn't do any of this without your support. Let's go ahead and go to Dr. Kelly in California. What's your take on the Pope endorsing the Rothschild world government carbon tax UN plan?
Well, I think they should go back to letting the Pope ski. And back in the day, he would be gone, and the ladies couldn't find him, and he'd be out on the slopes getting some exercise and having a good old time. And it's
oh, come now. Totally... Popes have never had girlfriends throughout history, even though it's on record hundreds of times.
And it's interesting how the Catholic school truly is the prisoner training, with the uniforms and the segregation and all of the all of the tyranny that they promote there.
Well, look, I mean, I think it's a mixed bag. One Catholic church will be totally communist, one will be conservative. I mean, I think it's diversified like any big organization. But undoubtedly, the Catholic Church has been behind the EU. The Catholic Church is now behind gun control moves in the U.S. and open borders, endorsing it and housing the illegals. It is a foreign government operating inside the United States now openly with the globalist agenda. But the problem is the Protestant churches are like endorsing Bill Gates. I mean, look, the Catholic Church has been one of the main fighters of abortion worldwide. So that's a very positive. If you judge a tree by its fruits, there are some positive fruits. I think this really signals, notice the media is hailing this pope as the best guy since sliced bread when they usually attack the other popes. I mean, I think you can say what you want about the Catholic Church. I'm not here to cause division. Got a lot of friends that are Catholics, great people. There's big changes going on at the Catholic Church and everywhere else right now, and they ain't good. Gun control, open borders, and carbon taxes ain't good.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
The CDC just announced flu vaccines may have the wrong strain of flu virus. You may not be protected. Whatever your lifestyle, your immune system is critical, and Immudyne provides your immune support. Doctor recommended, stimulant-free, and not found in pharmacies. Go to Immudyne.com to find out more or to place an order, or call 866-257-8668. That's IMMUDYNE.com or 866-257-8668. Remember, Immudyne is key support for your immune system.
What disaster is so powerful, it unleashes a chain of mass pandemics, economic meltdowns, and violent food riots, all at the same time? NASA has already set the countdown timer, and right now the 21st century apocalypse is less than 13 months away. Former CIA Director James Woolsey says 2/3 of U.S. population could perish. In a matter of seconds, the world as we know it will cease to exist. The world's economy will be wiped out. Mass riots will follow. Ancient diseases will reemerge. How will you shield yourself and your loved ones from this upcoming apocalypse? Go to darkestdays.info to find out proven methods of protecting yourself, your loved ones, and even your entire community when this worst-case scenario unravels. That's DARKESTDAYS.info. Darkestdays.info. Go there before this life-saving information becomes unavailable to the large public. Go to darkestdays.info now.
The lining of your lungs is supposed to be protected with glutathione to neutralize incoming irritants. In the absence of enough glutathione, your lungs are more prone to irritation. Listen to the real-world results of one man using a powerful glutathione-supporting food.
Hi, my name is Bill O'Brien. I generally suffer through an asthmatic breathing type situation. My breathing is shallow and generally constricted in the nose and lungs. After consuming One World Whey today, I have tremendous energy and also notice my breathing is free. I can feel the air in my left nostril and it is free all the way to my abdomen, which is pretty remarkable because I rarely get that feeling. Being a singer, I love feeling this unrestricted voice. The only thing new I've actually added to my routine is One World Whey. Wow.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld, WHEY.com.
This is not America. There is no doubt that whether it's the British Royal Combine, the Dutch Royal Combine, the Vatican City operation, Israel, the United States, the Pentagon, NATO, they're all working in conjunction to establish a planetary government under which human life is completely devalued, the family is broken up, and hell on earth is deployed. Now, the Vatican, on average, has been pretty pro-life and pro-family, and I said that's something positive. And you've seen globalist attempts to take it over and turn it into whatever they wanted. You could debate what the Vatican was before, but there's been an attempt to take it over. It appears that's now been done. Even though the Catholic Church at some of the local levels is endorsing abortion, but not at the international level, tacitly by supporting this UN carbon tax agenda, that's what's happening. And it's got to be addressed and dealt with. Just like I get disgusted and read out the big Protestant churches that are involved in open borders and gun control. I mean, you know, religion, when it becomes state-run or state-merged, is very, very dangerous. It's why we have a First Amendment in this country saying Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. But then what do you do when foreign-based governmental churches, so powerful and so old, it's a government of itself, says your borders will be open, we'll bring people in and legalize them. We will push carbon taxes. We will go to the UN and try to enforce it over you. It's over the top. Keith in Indiana, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention the idea that I'm Roman Catholic, and I've had a lot of discussions with people about the Pope, and a lot of people think that his function is to introduce these subjects to the congregation, that even if they don't go through, he's like this guy who's going to lay the foundation for the next Pope. He's already 80 years old, but he can bring up all these subjects and put them out there and say, we need to do this, and then you have it given to you, and you can sit on it for a while. Some politicians do the same thing. They prepare the public for what's coming. And a lot of people think that's what his job is to prepare.
Well, look, I have nothing against Catholics. Everybody knows that, and I don't try to get into this, but he's making it political. And look, the last Pope had to step down under scandal. Guaranteed the Catholic Church is being blackmailed. So either do you agree with that or disagree with that, and then what do you do about something like that?
I completely agree with you, and I think they are being blackmailed, and one of the reasons is that they're being blackmailed through the international banking system. They've got all kinds of terrible banking problems and he was from South America, and a lot of them came out of that section because they were apparently laundering drug money through the Vatican Bank, people have said. But anyway, you're right. They bring blackmail, and what you do about it is the only answer you have is you have to attempt to do a grassroots move just like you talk about all the time. It's the individual people in their parishes who have to think they have some say in what happens. But if they wash their hands of it, like a Pontius Pilate move, and don't do anything, then the top will just get to do what they want, and they'll just go along. And I think I don't really know how else they're going to do it. The problem is there's so few priests, a lot of the people don't have anybody to talk to anymore.
Well, if you go back on record 70, 80 years ago with the World Council of Churches and others, the Rockefellers publicly bragged that not just the Catholics, but the other seminaries, they were infiltrating with communists and socialists. That's what Margaret Sanger said they would do to take it over. And so you've got a bunch of people that aren't even Christians there as ministers, as priests, you name it. And I mean, that's come out. That's on record. So we have to recognize that's a big part of this as well.
That South American tradition of the Marxist thing. The continent that opposes it more than any other is Africa, not America. It's the African priests who are the most conservative.
That's true, and they're the ones that expose the UN agenda. You're absolutely right, because they're facing the brunt of it. They know what it means.
Thank you.
Because they're 20 years ahead of us down the rat hole.
Visit GCNlive.com today.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.